Hello, and thank you for joining me here at Leaping Lotus Tarot. My name is Addison. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoy this reading. Drop in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. It really helps get the channel out there and these messages for people who really need to hear them. Please only take the messages that resonate for you. Leave what doesn't for somebody else. And we're doing a Sagittarius reading today. So I already have this pre-shuffled, so I'm going to go ahead and pull from the top of the deck and at the bottom of the deck. So the top of the deck is kind of like, you know, let's say it's sort of like where things are heading or where you're at right now, right? And pulling from the bottom of the deck, we'll see like what's in the shadows, what's the least known. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups on the top of the deck. We also have the Page of Cups underneath the bottom of the deck, so that's not too bad. Let's get one more from the bottom of the deck. Oh wow, and we'll get one more. Okay, and we're gonna do, nope, let's do from the top of the deck. Let's do two more from the top of the deck. Okay. Interesting. So at the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Cups. We have like a new beginning in emotion, perhaps, because we also have the Ten of Cups. So there's something here about like wanting happiness and fulfillment with a family, but we have a Queen of Wands in reverse. Beautiful imagery here on the Queen of Wands card. We have a beautiful lioness here. Could be another fire sign here for a Sagittarius reading. And then on the top of the deck, we've got Nine of Cups. We've got the Tower in reverse, and we have the Queen of Cups upright. So there could be a masculine dealing with a couple different feminines here, trying to maybe perhaps make the choice for what's right for them. It's kind of interesting because the Queen of Cups is what's upright at the top of the deck. But the Tower is in reverse, so it's like there's kind of like a big moment that is not shifting something perhaps the way it should be. And the Nine is like really happy, but it's not totally happy. But we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there's something about like total happiness with an inverted Queen of Wands. So let's ask about the Page of Cups. What is the Page of Cups trying to tell us here? Oh, we have the Shadow. We have Five of Cups in reverse. We have Justice. Justice energy is Libra. I have my camera more zoomed out than usual, so I'm not sure if you're actually able to pick up on this card. The Shadow, I'm gonna have to look up in the tarot. We've got a black cat with devil horns here. So this actually might be the devil. This might be Capricorn energy with the Five of Cups in reverse, trying to like move out of like sadness. Let's see if I can find real quick what the Shadow is. Number 15. I would assume that that's got to be the devil, but let's find out. The Shadow, it actually, it doesn't really say. Huh. Okay, I'm just gonna assume that's the devil. It's gotta be the devil. Temperance is before it and the Tower is after it, so. There's some sort of toxicity here for sure, I'm thinking. Why is the Tower moment in reverse? Why would the Tower be reversed? Knight of Swords. Maybe somebody is wanting to move quickly towards something or away from something. Let's just ask straight up for this masculine. Let's put these all back in the deck. Does this masculine want to be with a Queen of Wands, or does he want to be with the Queen of Cups? Because I'm a little confused about that. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. He's a little unclear, I think, about what direction he wants to move. He might be kind of in like a knight energy right now, not a king. He's not super empowered. He could be as unempowered as a page energy. Why is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse? Why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? The High Priestess in reverse. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? The Knight of Pentacles. Four of Swords upright. The Chariot in reverse. There might be definitely some restriction with that Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups could be like a Cancerian energy, that water sign, because the Chariot is a Cancerian energy. Four of Swords, meditation, going within. Okay, let's ask why the King of Swords is in reverse. Why is the King of Swords in reverse? Is he not decisive about something? What's going on? Ace of Wands, the Lovers. Wow, very powerful. So I don't think that's it. I think he is decisive about something. I think he's decided about a passionate love interest. But it was a little convoluted. So the High Priestess came out in reverse, Seven of Wands, but there's still conflict somehow. What does this masculine energy want? We have Death, Scorpio. He wants to start over. He wants a new beginning in passion with a lover. Tell me who. Give me some clarity. Who is this? Knight of Swords. He wants to move in quick. Nine of Cups. I almost want to say it's that Queen of Cups. Why is the Chariot in reverse then? Because those were cards we got out earlier in tandem with that Queen of Cups. The Chariot's in reverse because Death is in reverse. It's like somebody's still afraid to move on past that. Maybe that Queen of... Tell me about the Queen of Wands in reverse. Tell me about the Queen of Wands in reverse with that Justice card. Temperance, balance, Sagittarius energy, power card. What is there to balance here? What needs to come into balance? Because I asked about Justice energy is very much like balancing the scales as well. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, balancing some type of third-party situation, perhaps. Six of Cups. Yeah, nostalgia, memory. Two of Wands, Seven of Cups. Feeling like there was maybe options in the past, or like a path that needed to be chosen, a path that needed to be taken. It's like somebody was choosing another lover, but now there's maybe a break in the path, or a new beginning, death cycle. Ace of Swords, as I split the deck here, the Magician in reverse. Yeah, no more, trying to become more clear. Trying to become more clear, moving out of that Magician reverse energy, which can kind of, I mean, there's a fox in the imagery, so that can kind of allude to a little bit of maybe deception or trickery, right? Tell me more about this Three of Pentacles. Tell me more about this Ace of Wands, this lover's connection, this new passionate beginning. Tell me about the new passion, the new lover's connection. Nine of Swords. Yeah, just someone kind of still being hung up late at night with negative thoughts. Let's get to the deep dark of this, the lovers. Let's get to the deep dark and nitty gritty. Let's just find out what's going on. Knight of Swords. Tell me about that Knight of Swords. Tell me about him. Queen of Wands. Tell me about them. High Priestess in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Not true happiness. Not true happiness. Definitely very much like a darker energy, a darker feminine. Not in like a negative sense, but there's like the light feminine and the dark feminine. Definitely more of like the dark feminine coming through. Not empowered. And not bringing happiness with it either. Tell me more. Tell me more about that Nine of Swords. The Moon. Illusion. Three of Wands in reversed. Ten of Swords in reversed. Moving past, you know, backstabbing, betrayal. So this king may have wanted a Queen of Wands at some point, but has had to kind of move into more of that Ace of Swords energy, that clarity, that King of Swords energy, to kind of realize that this wasn't where the happiness was. Yeah, it was illusion. It was illusion, which makes sense with the High Priestess in reverse and to have the Moon card, you know, that's a lot of disempowered feminine energy of the night, essentially. We have that Lovers in the upright, so there is like a new connection in here somewhere. Like I feel like it's a fresh beginning because this is moving out of betrayal. So tell me more about the Lovers connection, where things are heading. Who is this feminine? You know, Is the Tower moment of maybe that old thing falling out? What's going on with that? Tell me more, please, Spirit. Tell me more, please. That Lover's connection. It's come out a couple times, so there's got to be something significant about it. The shadow. Toxicity. Tell me about the shadow. I guess we gotta ask the clarity of the shadow, right? 8 of Pentacles. Putting work in, maybe perhaps to deal with the toxic energy, right? The Knight of Wands in reversed, chasing around a less lusty sort of energy. 5 of Pentacles, dealing with maybe feelings of loneliness or just not feeling included. 6 of Pentacles, wanting an even balance with something, wanting an even give and take, reciprocating energy. Death. Again, death, yeah, Scorpio energy. Wanting a new beginning, starting over, the breaking down of old things and moving into new things. Feels like there is just still a lot of heavy energy around the old. We have the Magician up right now and the Queen of Pentacles. So a lot of kind of earth energy trying to come through here. So tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. What is this? There could be a Virgo, because the Magician is Gemini, Virgo energy. We have Queen of Pentacles, which is earth. We have Knight of Pentacles. So this could be a, you know, the masculine energy trying to maybe sync up with a Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles type of energy coming through as a Knight. So maybe not quite at the same level. Page of Wands in reverse, trying to move past a weaker version of the self that was more rooted in fire and passion and now more grounded into emotion, but also earth and just stability in general. Because before there was illusion, right? Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles. What do we need to know about that situation? Is that what the Lover's connection is? 6 of Pentacles and strength. Yeah. It's trying to start in a new beginning with something that's definitely more even give and take, more balance here. Even more evenly reciprocating energy. Tell me about strength though. Tell me about strength, because that's very interesting. That's a little bit of fire energy coming back in here, which kind of could be what the deal is with the Ace of Wands. But maybe it's something having to do with that 5 of Pentacles, that loneliness and coldness, right? The shadow. Let's go ahead and, you know, since this has come out several times, we need to go ahead and just read the shadow out of the book here and see what this Black Kitty has to say about the situation. So let's just touch on all the different aspects. So let's talk about shadow. Yeah, it definitely is the devil, by the way. So shadow in career manifests as entrapment and exploitation. Shadow in wellness is fear, ultimate restraint, obscures true living. Shadow in finances and debt is debt and addiction, cycle of dependency. The magic of the shadow. Within the depths of the shadow lies the portal to transformation and self-awareness. Absorb your darkest aspects, confront your fears, and integrate them into your being. Through shadow work, harness the soul's wisdom, unlocking profound healing and inner peace. Words of wisdom from the shadow. In life, 2 forces prevail, love and fear. Embrace love, for it triumphs over fear, unlocking the power to conquer all. So yeah, definitely big messages around trying to release fear, I think. Spirit guide, Black Cat. Embrace the enigmatic presence of the Black Cat, a familiar to witches and a symbol of mystery. Peer into your shadow, discover hidden truths, and embark on a journey. Using the healing power of your shadow work, allow the Black Cat to guide you through the darkness and illuminate your path to self-discovery. Okay. Very interesting. Shadow in love. The shadow's grip in love weaves a web of exploitation fueled by control and bondage. Beware of the seductive allure that masks manipulation. Find emancipation and break free from these chains, reclaiming your power and quell the fear of intimacy. Interesting. So there might be a fear of intimacy here, just through what was dealt with before and now coming into a new connection. There could be definitely a fear. I mean, it's just so interesting that the Ace of Wands was in the upright and the Lover's connection if there's still such a star energy here to split the deck, Aquarius. What needs to be brought to the surface here that I have not touched upon yet, that Sagittarius needs to hear, or whoever's listening for Sagittarius needs to know? Again, with the Lover's connection, but we have a 5 of Wands and there's still conflict. And before, when we had that, there was a 7 of Wands. So there is conflict here. There is conflict here with this Lovers. So let's just get very specific. What is the conflict still here with this Lovers connection? What is the conflict? What is the conflict? What is the conflict with this Lovers connection? Wanting a new emotional beginning, but still needing to come into balance with it because of that Temperance card. Again, Sagittarius energy. King of Wands in reverse, a disempowered masculine energy is really what it is. This King of Wands, this Sagittarius, needs to come into balance so that he can begin a new emotional beginning. Perhaps with a Queen of Cups, perhaps with the Queen of Pentacles. But there is a want here for a lover's connection and a new passion, a new fire beginning. That is what is wanted here. But there's still conflict because things are not in balance, because this masculine is still disempowered in some sense. Why is he disempowered? Why is this King of Wands in reverse? Why is he disempowered? Thank you, Spirit. The Moon in reverse, because he's still getting past the illusion and the idea of somebody else. That still has not resolved entirely yet. That's giving me that High Priestess in reverse energy. Can I get confirmation for that, Spirit, please? The Magician. Yeah, again, that Gemini Virgo energy just could be kind of a little bit of a... Magician's known for being a manifestor, master manifestor, but in reverse that we had earlier can be definitely a little bit of a trickster energy. So, okay. Any other things we need to know about the Five of Wands? Anything else we need to know about the Five of Wands, Seven of Wands energy that we... King of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I mean, this feminine energy could be coming through as that Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Definitely emotionally, she's a beautiful queen. She's got the emotional aptitude, but also the financial groundedness. And with this King of Wands and King of Pentacles being in reverse, I just don't think that he's at the same... He's just disempowered, and I'm not sure if he, in the Magician's, I've got it in reverse here. This is just a tricky situation here. A lot of cards fell out, and I'm just taking a glimpse at them real quick. Someone has very much fear of getting heartbroken again, is what this looks like. And just trying to sort of keep options open in case things don't end up working out, basically, is what this sort of looks like. There's a lot of fear here. Again, and I asked for why the fear was there, and it said the illusion still. What's some advice from Spirit as to how this masculine energy can become more empowered and trust in a new beginning of love? What is some advice from Spirit and how this masculine can embrace a new energy of love? And the Empress in reverse, Seven of Swords, King of Swords in reversed, Nine of Cups in reverse, Nine of Swords upright, Eight of Wands sideways. They have to let go of the idea of this person being the right person for them, the old person, I think. Because that's a lie that they told themselves that really ended up hurting themselves, that they believed this for so long. There's a card that's flipped out in here that as I shuffled. Two of Wands. Yeah, they just really need to choose the right path for themselves. They need to choose the right path so that they can actually have that Ten of Pentacles, that Ten of Cups. Any final messages? Any final messages before we end this reading? King of Cups upright, King of Wands in reversed, Death in reversed, Page of Wands. So they're not going to lose the fact that they're this, that they're this fire sign, this Sagittarius. They're not going to lose the fact that they are a fiery, because with the King of Wands in reverse, you think that he's just, and we have the King of Cups upright. What this Page of Wands is trying to tell me is like he doesn't lose the aspect of his fiery self, even though he's a King of Wands in reverse. This is more just symbolizing that he's losing the old version of himself, and now he's coming through as a King of Cups upright. This is the first time we've seen him come through as a king, and it's beautiful because we don't have that King of Pentacles energy, but he's able to meet at that emotional level. So maybe the Pentacles and earthiness grounded in finance comes later down the line, but he's able to start sooner as a King of Cups to meet that Queen of Cups energy and open up to that emotional vulnerability. And you know, with death, that can be kind of a scary card for some people who aren't really aware that in the tarot it just means new cycles and new beginnings and starting over and, you know, reformation and stuff like that. And so with it being in reverse, it's like, I think it just is alluding to that just not having the fear of starting over and being truly emotionally vulnerable again, and starting over in new love and not being afraid of being hurt again. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, hit like and subscribe. Really, really helps the channel, and I love hearing from you guys. Please drop in the comments, and as always, we will see you next time.